Have you ever opened your mouth to speak English and then suddenly said nothing? A few weeks ago, one of our viewers from Japan sent me a message. She wrote, Haina, I understand English videos. I know many words, but when someone speaks to me in English, my mind becomes blank. Maybe that has happened to you too. You know the answer, you know the words, but when it's time to speak, fear appears. Your heart beats faster, your hands feel nervous, and your brain says, what if I make a mistake? But here's something surprising. The biggest problem is not your English. The biggest problem is often your fear. And today, I want to show you something that can completely change the way you think about speaking English. So stay with me until the end. And before we start, I have a fun challenge for you. If this video gets 20 comments, I will make the video topic that you request the most. So write your suggestion in the comments right now. What is the biggest problem you have when speaking English? Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Always Learn with English. I'm Haina, and today we're talking about something very real, the fear of speaking English and how to build true confidence. Have you ever felt nervous when speaking English? Do you worry about making mistakes? Do you feel shy, even when you know the words? If your answer is yes, you're not alone. Millions of English learners feel exactly the same way. But here's the good news. Fear can be reduced. Confidence can be built, and you can learn how to do it step by step. Take a deep breath and let's begin. What is fear? Fear is a simple word, but it has a powerful effect. Many learners don't just feel nervous, they feel stuck. It's like there's a small voice inside saying, "Don't speak, stay quiet, you might make a mistake." Have you ever felt that? It's completely normal. Many English learners experience the same thing. But why does this happen? Let's look at some common thoughts. Maybe you've had them too. What if I say the wrong word? What if my grammar is wrong? What if people laugh at me? These thoughts make us feel small. They make us want to stay silent. Sometimes we worry that people won't understand us. Sometimes we think we sound strange. Or maybe we worry about our accent. You hear your own voice and think, native speakers don't sound like me. But listen carefully. Your accent is not a problem. Your accent is part of your story. It shows where you come from, and there is nothing wrong with that. Every person has a voice. Every person has a background, and every learner starts somewhere. Now, here's something important. These fears are thoughts. They are not facts. Just because you feel nervous doesn't mean you can't speak. Just because you feel afraid doesn't mean you will fail. You can still speak. You can still learn. And you can still improve. Fear is really about confidence. Many people think their problem is grammar. Others think their problem is vocabulary. But often, the real problem is confidence. Confidence is simply believing that you can do something. Sometimes a voice inside your head says, "Be careful, don't talk, you might sound wrong." That voice is fear, but you don't have to obey it. You can speak anyway. And here is one of the most important ideas in today's lesson. Confidence is not something you are born with. Confidence is something you build. You build it by trying. You build it by speaking. You build it by taking small actions every day. Think about a muscle in your body. If you exercise it regularly, it becomes stronger. If you never use it, it stays weak. Confidence works exactly the same way. Every time you speak English, even for 1 minute, you are training your confidence muscle. Every sentence makes it a little stronger. Every conversation makes it a little stronger. Every attempt matters. And here's something very interesting. Fear is not always bad. Sometimes fear is a sign that you are growing. When you try something new, you often feel uncomfortable. That feeling means you're moving forward. It means you're leaving your comfort zone. And that's where real learning happens. So the next time you feel nervous, don't immediately stop. Instead, tell yourself, this is only a feeling. I can still speak. I am learning. I am becoming stronger. Now, let's talk about how confidence actually grows. Not fake confidence, not pretending, real confidence, the kind that stays with you. The truth is simple. Confidence grows little by little, like a small plant. You water it every day, you take care of it, and slowly it becomes stronger. So how do we do that? Let's start with the first technique. Technique number 1. Start small, but stay consistent. Many learners think they need to do something big, but that's not true. Small actions repeated every day are much more powerful. For example, speak English for 1 minute. Think in English for 30 seconds. Describe what you see around you. Read one short paragraph out loud. These actions seem small, but they are creating a habit, and habits create confidence. The more often you use English, the more normal it feels. Just like brushing your teeth, you don't think about it, you just do it. And that's exactly where our next confidence building strategy begins. Because once you start speaking a little every day, something amazing happens. The fear that once felt huge starts becoming smaller. Not overnight, not magically, but little by little. And that is how real confidence is built. Technique number 2. Mistakes are proof that you are learning. Let me ask you something. Have you ever stayed silent because you were afraid of making a mistake? Most English learners have. They want every sentence to be perfect, every word correct, every grammar rule accurate. But that way of thinking creates pressure, and pressure creates fear. Now, think about a baby learning to walk. Does a baby walk perfectly on the first day? Of course not. The baby falls, gets up, falls again, and keeps trying. Speaking English works the same way. Mistakes are not signs of failure. They are signs of progress. Every mistake teaches your brain something new. Every mistake gives you experience. Every mistake brings you one step closer to fluency. So don't ask yourself, how can I avoid mistakes? Instead, ask, what can I learn from this mistake? That small change can completely transform your learning journey. Technique number 3. Don't wait for confidence. Many learners say, Haina, I will speak when I feel confident. But here's the problem. Confidence usually comes after action, not before it. Imagine someone saying, I will go to the gym when I become strong. That sounds strange, right? They become strong because they go to the gym. The same thing happens with English. You become confident because you speak. You become confident because you try. You become confident because you keep showing up, even when you're nervous, even when your voice shakes a little, even when you don't know every word. Each time you speak, you place another brick in the house of confidence. One sentence, one conversation, one small victory at a time. Technique number 4. Be kind to yourself. This may be the most important lesson of all. Many learners are very hard on themselves. When they make a mistake, they immediately think, my English is terrible. I can't do this. Everyone is better than me. But would you speak that way to your best friend? Probably not. You would encourage them. You would support them. You would remind them that learning takes time. So why not treat yourself the same way? The next time you make a mistake, Try saying, I'm learning, I'm improving. This is part of the process because confidence doesn't grow in criticism. Confidence grows in encouragement. Now, let's talk about the things that secretly destroy confidence. These are the traps many learners fall into. Confidence killer number one, comparing yourself to others. Maybe you've seen someone speaking English fluently and immediately thought, I'll never be that good. But here's what you don't see. You don't see their years of practice. You don't see their struggles. You don't see their mistakes. You only see the result. Instead of comparing yourself to others, compare yourself to the person you were yesterday. Ask yourself, can I understand more than last month? Can I speak a little more than before? Am I still trying even when it's difficult? If the answer is yes, you are growing, and that's what matters. Confidence killer number two, negative self-talk. Sometimes the biggest critic is not another person. It's the voice inside our own head. The voice that says, you're not good enough. You sound stupid. Don't even try. That voice is not helping you. And most importantly, that voice is not always telling the truth. The next time it appears, replace it with a stronger voice. Say, I'm improving every day. I don't need perfect English to communicate. Every practice session makes me stronger. The words you tell yourself matter. Choose words that help you grow. Confidence killer number three, staying only in safe places. Many learners only practice when everything feels comfortable, but growth rarely happens inside comfort zones. Real improvement starts when you take small risks. Maybe that means leaving a comment in English, sending a short voice message, saying hello in English, asking one simple question. Small challenges create big changes, and every challenge you complete becomes proof that you are capable. My friend, fear is normal. Every English learner feels it. Even confident speakers once felt nervous. The difference is simple. They didn't stop. They continued. And you can too. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need a perfect accent. You don't need perfect vocabulary. You only need courage to take one small step today, then another tomorrow, then another next week. And one day, you'll realize something amazing. The fear that once controlled you has become much smaller, and the confidence you wanted is finally becoming part of who you are. Quick recap: what we learned today. Before we finish, let's remember the 6 most important lessons from today's episode. A. Fear is normal, and every English learner experiences it. B. Confidence is built through action, not by waiting. C. Mistakes are part of learning and help you improve faster. D. Small daily practice creates long-term confidence. E. Comparing yourself to others destroys progress. F. Being kind to yourself makes learning easier and more enjoyable. Why is this important in real life? Because English is not only about grammar. English helps you communicate. It helps you make friends. It helps you travel. It helps you study. It helps you find opportunities. And most importantly, it helps you express your thoughts and your dreams. That is why confidence matters. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. My name is Haina, and this is Always Learn with English. If today's lesson helped you even a little, write this in the comments. I am stronger than my fear. And remember our challenge. If this video gets 20 comments, I will create the topic that you request the most. So tell me below, what is your biggest fear when speaking English? And one more thing, if you haven't watched day 4 yet, click on the video showing on your screen right now. That lesson will help you start thinking in English naturally and speaking more fluently every day. Keep learning, keep speaking, keep believing in yourself. And I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye, my friends!